Welcome, everybody. You got me, Scott Hoverman, with my buddies Ming and Mike from A Shared Universe.com. Unfortunately, we were supposed to have somebody else with us, Corin, but he's feeling a little under the weather today. So anybody tuning in that wanted to talk to him, you still can. He may jump in the chats. He's just not feeling too well today.
You wrecked him.
So feel better, Corin. We'll be bringing him back pretty soon. Well, we'll start off with y'all have had an interesting weekend. Been keeping an eye on everything with the movies pop-up.
Yeah, we wish you were here. It's really cool. We Mike and I were discussing just fictional restaurants and how cool they would be if they came to life, and which ones we would go to if they did more of these. The guy behind the movies pop-up did what did he do? Saved by the
Max. Saved by the Max.
I think he did
the Peach Pit.
He did the Peach Pit?
He did the Peach Pit, I believe.
From 90210.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So he's done a bunch of these before. And we were like, well, what else? Like, what could we suggest? We have
Krusty Burger.
Krusty Burger would be cool. I would go to there.
The Chum Bucket or the
from SpongeBob.
Oh yeah.
Actually, I wouldn't do the Chum Bucket.
No, Plankton's place.
Yeah. The Krusty Krab.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, you ought to get your buddies over at Ross to do a Moe's Tavern one night.
That we will.
Or at Joe's Tavern. We got to change it so we didn't get sued, right? So
how about Moe's Tavern?
Moe's Tavern. Yeah, Moe's Tavern.
But that'd be hilarious. Get in there and just have some guy at the end of the bar burping and drunk and saying stupid stuff. So
exactly, not every night. Yeah, all right. You're hired.
But surely they could. We were like, dude, Arnold's from Happy Days would be one of the ultimates, and like they could truck Weezer in to play there. Like it would be cool. It'd be awesome.
Ming came up with Jackrabbit Slims.
Jackrabbit Slims. I would.
Pulp Fiction.
And that was they built that. It wasn't. They built that in a warehouse.
And they could have done a Kahuna Burger.
Big Kahuna Burger. Yeah. Totally. But so
that is a tasty burger.
It's fun to see movies come to life with real food and
by the way, tasty food.
Good, yeah, it's good.
I saw the pictures. That lasagna burger looked phenomenal.
Yeah, it was good.
It is very good. And the cow tipper, holy crap!
Yeah, the burger,
amazing.
It's very very reminiscent of like a Shake Shack burger, which is hard to replicate.
We were just talking about that. My son said that's a Shake Shack burger. It's delicious, and like a Shake Shack.
They just went to Shake Shack and bought a whole bunch of them because they would have
microwaving them.
Yeah, I mean, you pay a little premium for the experience.
No, I've been actually watching them back there cooking. So
you saw them making the burgers.
Oh yeah.
Well, you were actually back there cooking for a while too, weren't you?
No, I was in the merchandise booth. No, no one said, "Hey, Zapcic, dust off your chef's hat and get back there."
Yeah, did you pack your spatula? Good, because you're going to be using it today. Because our guy got sick.
He got sick because he went out with Scott Hoverman last night. Scott wrecked him.
Actually, I'll tell you, the worst part is it was a day thing. I was back home by 8:00, 8:30. Getting ready. We ate the entire time. Actually, went to some great places. That's what it was, just taking them around because with him and Jason, they're going to be filming their little project soon. And he was looking for locations. So we just drove around and of course we'd stop by. Hey, stop by this place, talk to these people. Oh, we'll have one drink. All right, let's go to this other place. We'll have a drink here. Let's grab some food. Just one thing turned into the other.
Of course it does, and hopefully you were Ubering it, so that's good.
Actually, we did. Be honest, we started off not doing so because I wasn't really planning on drinking anything. But then after the second one, I'm like, all right, cool. We're gonna drive back. We're gonna drop the car off at the shop, and we'll just take Ubers from here. So
I just figured Scott's like, fuck it, and let's torch the car. They torched the car. Oh, I'm sorry, I dropped.
Oh no, you're good. We're good on this one.
He torched the car and just like, screw it, we'll Uber back.
But yeah, that's one thing I learned a long time ago. After all the calls I've been on, seeing the after effects of people that don't do what they're supposed to, it's definitely something I will never ever do.
No, Ubering is the way.
Yes.
Well, I was going to ask too, but the movies thing was that in concert with the whole Bellworks stuff and the
no, it was all the independent stuff that came together.
So you had a bunch of things going on at once this weekend.
This was actually the Bellworks is Ming's doing. Ming,
okay. Yeah. Well, typically, if Kevin's like, well, I'm going to be out there, let's do like 80 things at once. So,
he doesn't like to sit still.
Yeah. So, one, they're opening up the Smodcastle, the live podcast theater, right by the Quick Stop. That's one thing that was going on this weekend. That's not open, but I think some of the exclusive members from the Kevin Smith Club got a tour of that.
Cool.
Which was cool. And then, he's been doing these drive-in shows, these live podcasts at drive-ins. And, they had asked me, as I'm a big drive-in aficionado, they're like, where's the closest drive-in to where we are at now? I'm like, all right, well, there's one an hour and a half north. There's 1 hour and a half west. There's one 2 hours south. And that's pretty much it.
That's the closest.
But there are some of these pop-up drive-ins popping up in parking lots and large fields, and I was like, hey, there's one at the big Metro Burb office park, this gigantic space called Bellworks with a gigantic parking lot. They run movies every week from Thursday to Sunday. I'm like, I bet they would do it. They would do it. They would do that in a heartbeat to get Kevin over there, and it ended up happening.
Sure enough, they were, and that Ming made that happen.
Yeah, I made a strong suggestion.
You facilitated it.
Well, out of that also came, aren't you now going to be opening a new studio over there?
We are.
Oddly enough, a pop-up studio.
Yeah, I've been doing various projects there, once a month, sometimes more, and finally I was like, hey man, it's got 4 million square feet.
It is. Scott, it's one of the original Bell Labs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where it gets its name from, Bellworks. This was Bell Labs. This is the actual Bell Labs where they discovered the boson particle.
Oh, wow.
Particle. So, yeah, and this is, it's like the Big Bang happened and we proved it right here. And yeah, they did in telecommunications, most of the major breakthroughs right here, not jet propulsion labs, right here at Bell Labs.
Wow.
Yeah, cool space. But I was like, surely you have do you have, maybe like 300 square feet or something that you're not using, broom closet or something. And they're like, you know what? We may actually have something. We'll get back to you. And I thought it was going to take a while, but it was that night. They're like, hey, we found something. We think we have something for you. Let us get it ready. But, welcome to the party. I'm like, okay. Awesome. Like,
congratulations. You lost one on the boardwalk and now you got one somewhere else.
Yeah. These things just happen, my friend.
Well, with everything going, I mean, quite honestly, with the everybody starting to stream and everything else, y'all are kind of the premier studio with a shared universe to get this stuff started for people. So are you probably going to start needing more space?
Yeah. Yes, we are. So, prepare that room in Biloxi, Scott.
Yeah, Scott.
We know you got a room. I've seen that room. It's a great room.
Actually, Corin and I were talking about we might end up even building like a stage in there that we can set stuff up.
Yeah.
And so we're planning on doing it right, since he's going to be staying down here quite often. He enjoys doing it, so it's a great person to have as a co-host and stuff as well. So,
well, the ASU
Biloxi division,
yeah, the Panhandle division.
There you go. Gulf Coast division.
I love it.
Now I see though, Katso Nemec here might put a stop.
Yeah, I saw him up there too. I was about to say something. We didn't get Corin, but
we got Katso.
Katso decided to come in.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, this guy, whoever he is, I'll tell you right now, I swore for the longest time it was actually Corin doing this stuff. But
we saw him. We didn't see it.
Yeah, there's no stuff.
Yeah, it was kind of weird. I was like, dude, how nice. It's kind of flattering, but weird and creepy at the same time, to have a stalker.
Hello, Samantha and Stacy.
Yes.
Oh, Casto, you hush. That's so funny. You guys are awesome. He made in his pants. Well, maybe not because of Katso.
Yeah. Well, what up? Let's see, y'all. I also saw a picture too. So where the heck did this Iron Bob pop come from?
That was a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive.
They didn't
without the con.
It was in the. This stuff has to be done like months in advance,
right?
So, post or pre-pandemic, they, had the mold made. They were getting it going, and they were going to premiere it at San Diego Comic-Con. this year, and then you know,
Lo and
done.
behold, it happened.
So guess what? We got them, and that's awesome.
So you are selling them out of the store, or
we will be selling them out of the store. They're on our website, jandsilentbob.com.
okay?
Signed by Kevin. He signed 850 of those SOBs just in like 2 hours.
Wow.
He's like, God, my arm's tired.
Yeah.
I'm like, good for you, man.
I'm trying to bring up a picture of it right quick. We can show everybody, so in case there's any Funko fans that.
What's the damage on that? How much?
It's $49.99.
$50.
Yep.
It's fair.
Signed?
It's like
Absolutely.
exclusive, signed.
All right, I'm about to get y'all to put one of those to the side for me, because I definitely want one of those.
Yeah, I figured. I think I figured 850. Those would probably go quick. We had 1,000 comic book band sets, and those went in
15 minutes.
Those went pretty quick. So
yeah, and that was sold as a complete set. So.
Right.
I know, dude. I remember I was on just before I kind of got to know y'all a lot better. I was online like crazy. The website was crashing left and right, but lo and behold, I ended up getting them in my cart, and by the time I was able to check out, they were gone.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm sorry.
There
you are.
There it is. Nice.
That's awesome.
That 850 are we the exclusive? Is Jay and Bob the exclusive distributor
signed
of these?
of the signed ones? Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I'll say because I know FYE's got some of them too, but of course not signed.
I'm sure.
And then I saw another exclusive, the Kevin Smith director series,
which will be coming out very, very soon.
Yeah. Stash getting any of those? Do you know?
I'm sure we will.
Okay.
And those are
now Amazon, I think. Amazon
for
exclusive.
$8,000.
I'm curious. That was cool. Like previously, they did James Gunn, they did Taika Waititi, they did James Wan, and they've done a whole bunch of other ones. That
Woody Allen.
Did they do Woody Allen?
No, that'd be cool. I would get a Woody Allen pop.
Yeah, I mean, to me, I've always the ones I've got. I don't. For me personally, of course, we get them in the shop. But me personally, it's the very few that I bought. I'm very selective on them. Of course, now I have my Ming Chen one, but I've got to get one for Mike also.
I will find one for you, my friend.
But I've got my Tom Baker Doctor Who, and I have my Monty Python set, and that's about as far as I've gone so far for my own personal collection, anyway.
Well, I've got vinyl idols. The only ones I've gotten from that are like Batgirl and Young Frankenstein.
Oh, dude! So back when they first, when Sideshow first was coming along, they did a Young Frankenstein 12-inch line. They were freaking phenomenal. I've still got those just sitting around somewhere at the house. It's got to the point where there's very few things I personally collect. I try to read and look at everything, but to actually collect, it's few and far in between anymore. But you bring out something with Monty Python, I have. But the only other thing I can think, if they decided to do a Legion run on Funko, I'd have to buy all those.
Yes, actually, are you picking up speaking of this week? It's coming out from DC, the 5 year later omnibus.
Yes, I've been picking them all up, and like I said, I got I started. Well, I finally finished my run, so I had my original issues. So then I went through and started getting all the archives, and then they changed over the archives, so now it's like a lighter quality paper. I guess they feel about half as heavy.
Yes,
for the Superboy and the Legion, and just I just picked up being a big fan of Mike's, but I picked up the Mike Grell Green Lantern or Green Arrow omnibus. Which did you said you had gotten one of those too, didn't you?
I did, yes. That and the Space Traveling Hero.
So when you're ready, mail those down, because I'm going to be mailing my two off. I mean, I'm not kidding. I'm going to be mailing my two off fairly soon.
Cool. I'll get them down to you this week then.
To get a nice little sketch and a signature on them. So
that would be awesome. Thank you.
Oh, absolutely. Outside of comics, that's one of the few things I do collect. My daughter kind of got me back into doing vinyl.
Nice.
And I've loved. I mean, this has been going on for a few years, and with record store day this year is kind of similar to what they do with Free Comic Book Day. They're spreading it out over a couple of different things.
Except they don't give you free stuff.
No, they don't. But on the other hand, most of the stuff, it's kind of weird to talk to some of the guys who own the shops, the record stores. They are only allowed to sell it for what the suggested retail is. They cannot mark it up. Even though online, this thing's selling for $100, $200, they've got to sell it for $34.99, period. Yep. But I did end up picking up some really good ones, and then next weekend's another one. So I think the only my daughter wants the Fleetwood Mac Rumors Revisited.
Oh, wow.
And there's like 2 or 3 other ones I wanted. Like there's a Batman and Robin soundtrack in there.
Oh, okay.
Is that a Kiss
Wow.
from a Rose? Is that
No, that was Batman Forever.
Yeah.
what's the big track off the Batman Forever soundtrack or Batman and Robin?
Arnold doing something. Freeze well, Gotham, and he sings it. Oh, that's awesome.
Let's see.
So we got that. Yeah, the movies is open till next Friday.
Oh, cool.
And they added some spaces. So they added, what was it, 500 spaces, Ming?
For
throughout all the days for people to come in, because people got shut out and they didn't want that.
the movies or
Yes,
what?
for the movies.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
So,
they-
yeah.
By appointment only?
I'm sorry, what?
So it's by appointment only?
It is actually.
Okay.
It is unfortunately by appointment only. You go online, you make reservations, you go through, and then you can come and visit the movies gift center.
Okay.
Yes.
Now,
I just read you to walk in if you want the sides. The
Well,
sides.
Okay.
And you can buy merch. So
Nice.
Well, that's what I was going to ask. If they can't get into the movies itself to eat, can anybody just come into the merchandise center and buy stuff?
Yeah, you can also go to Jay and Silent Bob's Secret, which is down the road. But yeah, absolutely.
Which I hear there's a massive line to get in the whole.
There is a line to get into Jay and Silent Bob's
crazy-
Secret Stash.
how crazy
We never
is that?
thought we would see that. Walt Flanagan was like, "This is weird."
He's like, this sucks.
He's
But no,
like,
it doesn't
yeah.
suck. People are buying stuff.
No, and he loves it because he's outside in the nice air.
Oh, yes.
You can go.
Oh, he's
stay.
he's the
Oh,
door
yeah.
guy?
He is the gatekeeper.
Whoa. Okay.
Wow. Well, I'll tell
I'm
you,
the master.
I don't know what the weather like is up here, up there, but down here, man, it's been beautiful. Getting down into the high 60s at night and maybe just the low 80s during the day.
We're actually today hit 72, and it's going to be like 58 tonight.
Oh, see, that's just wonderful.
That to me is gorgeous. I love that. This is my time of year.
Well, I am too. I don't mind. I always say, when you get cold, you can always throw another piece of clothing on or a blanket on.
Sure.
When you get hot, there's just nothing. There's
Oh,
nothing.
well, you can get drunk and pass out in one of those kiddie tubs.
Did somebody follow us yesterday? Oh, sorry, never mind.
Yeah, right. Well, we've got drones.
Oh man.
Real quick, that Kevin Smith, it's an Amazon exclusive director series pop. It's $11.99. Releases on December 10th.
Cool.
You may want to pick some up for your collectors, or I imagine.
We might. I think what I may do is are y'all going to sell them to the store or?
We might, and if we do, I will certainly put some aside for you.
Yeah, what I'll do, I'll buy them from y'all and help support y'all, and then bring them down here and sell them to our collectors down here.
Gotcha. Don't know what their whether or not it's going to be like on at the secret stash as opposed to being like on the website. We might only be able to get like 500, and then it'll go on the website, and we don't get, they don't give it to us. So,
You don't get the stuff off your own website?
I don't get the stuff up. Not all of it.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I kind of assumed that whoever's running the website I guess the stock would be there, but I guess not, because there's so much product. There's no way you can actually probably keep it all in the store.
It's impossible. Yeah. Both ways, to keep it, on the shelves up in the website, if it blows out, they're like, well, we can't give you any. And it's like, okay.
Oh, Stacy, yes, it is still raining here. It's kind of drizzling. It's dreary and gloomy, but you know what? The temperature is absolutely perfect. So I'll take dreary and gloomy over sunshiny days and melting in the sun anytime.
Fantastic. Where's Stacy from?
Stacy, I don't know. I'll wait where she comes back around. Stacy, yeah, you put on the chat where you're from. But yeah, I'll tell you, here it's been interesting between everything. We've kind of hit on it a little bit before, but dude, I've been buying up some really, really, really good collections, and actually we've been doing fairly well with turning and burning on some of these things.
That's cool. We had a guy come in with a collection, and he had and it was only in good condition. It was the first. It was Batman 181, first Poison Ivy, but it had Scotch tape stains all over it. And we were like,
top dollar.
And the guy was looking for top dollar, and he left us because we're like in good condition, in the condition that it's in. We could ask maybe $70 for it. That's it.
Yeah, and he's wanting 500 for the thing.
Well, he's like, you know what, for what you're offering me, I'm gonna take it elsewhere. And we're like, all right, good enough, that's fine. Absolutely.
Enjoy.
But and as a matter of fact, I encourage people to do that.
Right.
Go and see. And he took it to another local place and they gave him $500 for the entire box. And I'm like, he called me up. He's like, they gave me $500 for the box. Yeah. Just want to let you know. I thought you guys were honest.
He's rubbing it in.
Yeah. I'm like, I said, congratulations, sir. That's awesome. I'm
absolutely.
So
you should have
glad.
He should have been thanking you.
Yeah, you should have been.
Yeah.
That's like this last collection I bought here. The guy came in. I pride myself on being honest here. He came in with 9 short boxes and 1 long box. And I made him an offer on the entire collection. And he goes, no, he goes, I don't want to sell everything. If you just want to go through and pick some of the stuff, that you want, I'll sell that. And I'm like, look, if I go through here, it's going to be cherry picking. I'm going to pull out everything that's worth money and leave you with the stuff you're not even going to be able to give away afterwards.
Right.
I said, well, at least this way, when I'm offering you for everything, at least you're getting rid of it and you're getting something for it. But he argued with me, and sure enough, I went through, I pulled out everything I wanted, and gave him a price, and he took it and went his merry way. And basically he was left with stuff that wouldn't go in quarter bin.
Right. And stuff that, he'd be lucky to wipe his butt with. So,
and I tried hard, just say, look, let me buy everything, give you a little bit more money, and buy everything. But he was adamant. He did not want to sell the entire collection.
Hey, he did you a favor.
Oh, I know.
I know that crap just hanging around.
I'll tell you what, I mean, I don't know. It's really good. These grab bags we've been doing lately have been a phenomenon that I never thought was going to happen.
That air of mystery, my friend.
I'm telling you, well, we've been making our own mystery boxes. I just call them box of stuff. And basically take a small diamond box and fill it with stuff. We fill it with over $100 retail and for $25. And I can't keep them in stock. I even went so far of building a massive box of stuff with a huge box. I threw like $500 worth of stuff in there for $100, thinking nobody's ever going to buy it.
Sure enough, you can't keep them in stock.
No, I'm at the point now. I have nothing else to put in our boxes of stuff because I like to give a big selection of stuff. Not just comics, but toys and held the big boxes of stuff. Even some had statues in them and things like that. So, but I'm at the point now where we've sold so many, I can't make any more right now.
That's awesome. That is great. That's smart. That's business 101. Give the people what they want.
Let's see. Matthew's asking, do you guys feel like the multitude of selling outlets is affected? Meaning, I think people are asking crazier prices because they feel like they see it on TV or something at the price of collectibles. I'm not going to lie. When Comic Book Men came out, it was fun, but it was also the bane of my existence.
Yeah, sorry, dude.
There was nobody there. I mean, just like any other reality show, we all know how things go. But there were so many times people would bring something in. I just saw this on Comic Book Men. They paid this guy $200 for it. Like, no. What you have is not that. It's not the same condition. It's not even close. I can't even sell it for $50, much less give you $100 for it.
Exactly, and there were a couple of times when stuff went through that shouldn't have gone through. There was one episode in particular with the Batman Adventures number 12, and Walt asked or offered too much for it. He offered $700 for the first appearance of Harley Quinn. Yeah, and I was like, but it was compelling TV. People like,
right.
Is he going to sell? Is he going to sell? Walt was like, I know how much it's worth, but I was like messing with the guy a little bit. And he's like, and the funny thing is that it went through and all these people came in and they're like,
hey man,
I got this and I'll take your $700. I'm like, You have no idea. And talk about that was the week that Comic Book Men was the bane of my existence. I was like, no, this is. I'll give you $150 for it in mint condition, but not a penny more. And yeah, they're like,
what happened to 700?
Yeah,
like,
I'm
nope.
like, nada. That was months. Number one, that was months ago.
Right.
Post production takes a while.
Right.
And number two, somebody tried to. I'm not gonna name names, but someone was trying to affect the prices of Batman Adventures number 12 to his advantage, and wasn't Walt. So.
But yeah, somebody probably had a couple of copies to load and wanted to bump the price up, Eddie.
Yep, and didn't happen.
Well, oddly enough, I didn't realize this till that app I was telling you about. Technically, the first appearance of Harley Quinn is like in this little children's book that came with a cassette tape.
Yep.
Yeah, got him.
Got
him. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's aggravating. I always want to be as fair as possible. That's what how I gauge if I'm going to buy things is the quicker. Like if I've got a buyer for it, I know I can call and like somebody comes in with a Hulk 181. I've got probably about 12 people I can make a phone call, and the first one to get here is going to get it.
Yeah.
And for those, I've paid upwards of 70-80% for because it's something I know I can turn around quick.
Yeah, it's worth it to you to get rid of it, and it's not going to take up any. Personally, I'd rather get the 50%.
Right. Well, the way
what the condition is, yes, I can see doing that.
But if I'm not going to, for every day I'm going to have it after I initially buy it, it starts going down significantly.
It starts costing you money.
I mean, there's times I bought books that are worth $250, $300, but I'll be lucky to sell it during a half off sale. And even then they're going to talk me down on it. So it's not a key book. It's just a random filler book. It's worth a lot, but you're never going to sell it for that.
Exactly. You wish you could, but and there are certain pieces that I love having on my wall.
Right.
Like Uncanny X-Men 141. It's a perennial seller, but it's also a cool piece of art.
Right.
And I try to talk people out of buying it.
Yeah,
it's like,
you don't want that.
You don't want that.
You don't want that.
I happen to like looking up at that.
It's overpriced.
Oh my God. Guy who priced that's a jerk.
You price it at the I don't want to get rid of it price.
Yeah, pretty much. That's the I'm going to Tibet tomorrow price.
And never coming back.
Yeah,
it's kind of odd. I mean, just with the collectible market, that's what a lot of people don't understand either is, this stuff changes on a day. It's like stocks. It changes on a day-to-day basis. You could have something worth, $5 today and come into work the next day and it's going for $50. And then a week later, it's going for $2.
Yeah, it happens all the time. Bring up Katso, please.
Oh, here, yeah. Let's see. Don't miss just at 3 Alarm Comics' latest edition of Super Katso versus Bad Corky, as limited exclusive offer, including 1 bottle of tequila and a package of Skittles for only $19.95.
Wow, it's a heck of a deal.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care if it's tequila you're bottling out back there, Scott.
Well, he didn't say it was a full bottle of tequila. He just said a bottle.
Okay, just a bottle of tequila.
Yeah.
Doesn't even have to have a worm in there.
Yeah, here's somebody else. Daryl came in and said that Key Collector Comics app is one of the best. But like I said, it's same thing. It's been the bane of my existence, but it also has helped out on a lot of things. So the only thing I don't like about it, and God bless the guys who created it and did a wonderful thing, but I have noticed it drives prices rather than reporting prices.
Gotcha. Well, that's the danger. I mean, yeah. But
that's why I've told everybody I've told people for years or for decades now, same thing. It's like that's why they call it a price guide and not a price law.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty much the standard, but there are shades of gray in there.
Right.
It's like if you're between a 2 and a 3 or a 2 and a 4, I've got to make that call.
Right. It truly is. It's all your opinion and your personal experience and everything. I mean, you could have somebody who who just got into comics, and it's kind of odd because you get people call all the time saying, "Oh, I've got a comic; it's in very good condition." Well, in our world, that's not good.
No, yeah, exactly. In our world, it sounds like it sucked.
Or they'll say, "Oh, I've got a mint copy of this," and then it looks like something they've rolled in their back pocket and rolled in mud, before they came in.
Scott, I got that Moobies napkin here for you. It's just a
Oh
purple,
yes, thank you.
it's a purple napkin. Don't get too excited.
Well, actually, for me, it's the incidental stuff like that, the odd things, like maybe
It's
this t-shirt.
literally a purple napkin, though, and
I'm gonna go buy you 100 purple napkins,
Yeah.
Scott, and it's got Ming's DNA all over.
Oh yeah,
it.
I think I wiped my mouth on this. So,
I'm gonna call him Ming.
ladies and gentlemen, one of a kind.
Katso says, "Of course, the bottle it's full." Katso is not a cheat.
All right, thank you, Katso.
Katso, you're a good guy.
Katso, you're a good cat.
We might, y'all better be careful with Katso Amanda, becoming like Katso Chen or Katso Zapcic before it's over.
Yeah, I don't want to see that happen.
Oh boy, did any hurricane stuff roll by you?
Actually, we got very, very lucky. This was an odd one, how it traveled and everything else. I got called into work early, and I stayed about 3 days at the fire station. Really nothing more than a few breezy winds and some not even really heavy rain. Everything went east of us into like the Mobile. I had a guy coming in from Mobile today. They just got power back today.
Wow. Okay.
Pensacola got hit really hard. The eye kind of came through the west part of Mobile, or west part of Alabama, and hit like the Foley area and everything else. They got hit really, really, really hard. So it was moving so slow. Pensacola got hammered really, really badly because they were on the east end of it, so they got a lot of the heavy rains and winds. The 3 mile bridge that goes from Pensacola to Pensacola Beach and Gulf Breeze over there, a big section of it is missing now. So apparently a barge broke loose and went into it.
Oh man.
So now the people in Pensacola Beach, to get to downtown Pensacola, have to travel just about as far as I do from here.
Wow.
And that's
an hour and a half.
Just about an hour and a half. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that sucks. I heard they got 4 months worth of rain in like 4 hours.
It was crazy. I know one of the guys I know that lives in the Foley area down there of Alabama. He had an in-ground pool and back. They drained about 2 to 3 feet out of it beforehand, and he said within 3 hours it was already overflowing again.
Wow.
So yeah, Daryl here. Daryl's actually in Pensacola. He said they're recovering very slowly.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
all right, but McGuire's and the strip club next door, they're okay.
Honestly, I don't know. I haven't been over there. I talked with Mike Inslee a little bit earlier, and he said, because I told him if you want to come in here and talk about something, he said, "Man, I'm just exhausted." Apparently, they just got power back and internet and everything else. So he said, "Man, I just want to de-stress." And he goes, "We'll get together here soon." But he goes, "Right now, I just want to just relax for a little while. Finally,
not worry about storms because we're getting close to the end,
right,
of hurricane season. Probably Halloween. Halloween will be the end.
Well, with this cold front coming through, hopefully it's going to keep everything out and push it. That was the weird thing though with this. If you kept an eye on it, the high pressure that was coming in from the west, from northwest, is kind of what gave it that weird pattern. But if you ever looked at the satellite view, it was kind of different because a hurricane travels counterclockwise, but this high pressure was shearing stuff off. When you looked at the satellite view, the upper clouds of it were actually turning clockwise.
Ah.
And the millibars on it dropped down in pressure really, really, really bad. I mean, to the level that this possibly should have been, if it weren't for that high pressure blocking everything, to the point where this probably could have been a category 3 or 4, and
Right.
that actually ended up stopping it from being so.
That's excellent. Wait a minute. Stacy Line says we have 2 whole months left of the hurricane season, guys. I thought it was at the end of, it feels like it's October. I'm sorry, Stacy. When does
you
it
think it was October? I don't know when it ends.
Yeah,
we don't well,
we do.
I thought we didn't have to worry about it, and then
you were wrong.
Yeah, a month ago.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Because
rolled by and took out our power too.
Yeah, and Sandy, of course.
And Sandy, of course. Yeah, we do have to worry about it. Well,
yeah,
I take that back then.
Well,
let's hope that this shit's good.
This year's been pretty rough, though. It's got to the point where I think they're about ready to have to start going around and naming them different names instead of the path they've gone. They've always gone through the alphabet.
Yeah.
Storms, and I think now is going to be, Lord knows, they may end up having to go to Roman numerals.
Wow. November 30th. That sucks. All right, never mind.
I know. Mike,
It feels like October. I swear to God.
Mike was like, "Phew, we're almost out of it."
Like
now.
two more months.
2 months, two and
Really?
a half
Son
months.
of a bitch.
But on the bright side, by the time
Yeah.
February comes around, all that stuff should be, all the COVID, everything should be blown away from when y'all come down.
Let's hope so.
Well, I'm keeping my fingers crossed, buddy.
Yeah. Anybody didn't tune in last time when we were on here, Mike Inslee came on and officially announced he's already announced Ming, I guess, on the website and everything, but Mike's going to come down and join us too. So anybody wants to come down and meet the guys from A Shared Universe and possibly get a chance to do some podcasting and sit down and talk with them, y'all come on out to Pensacon, and I don't even remember the dates. I think it's in February.
Man.
And come say hi. I'll be hanging out with them for a good bit, and I'm sure you'll see us out smoking cigars and having a drink or two.
Yeah. Do not drink the purple alcohol. Do not drink the purple alcohol at Pentacon. All right, that's my public service announcement. Thank you very
my
much.
public service announcement is the Claude Parrish says the next hurricane will be called Your Ex. I wouldn't wish that on anyone, Claude. No.
Claude's one of our locals around here. Well, actually, he's over in the Louisiana area, but Claude basically he travels back and forth. His kids live over here, so we see him all the time when he's bailing his kids out of trouble.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Hence his naming of the next hurricane, Your Ex, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. We hear you, Claude. We hear you loud and clear.
Yeah, trust me.
Yeah.
Oh man. And so just also for everybody else will know, speaking before we go on any further, we kind of mentioned it earlier, but anybody who's listening, if there's ever a podcast you're wanting to do, Ming and Mike, contact them at ashareduniverse.com. You can book and have them on your show. You can actually go, if you're in the area, you can go up there and you can be in their studio and do it. Ming and Mike both are incredible. They'll help you. They'll walk you through it. I think there's even some podcast classes you can take off the website.
Absolutely.
So
taught one at 3 Alarm Comics once.
Yeah, definitely.
Time.
There'll be another, because actually, time permitting, if they're able to do so after Pensacon, we're going to be kidnapping them and bring them over here for at least a few days before
I'll make sure of it.
So we'll definitely be doing another podcast class around here. And but yeah, anybody interested, please contact them, shareduniverse.com. Let them know that we sent you.
Yeah,
and get in touch with Scott and let him know if during Pensacon or like the week after Pensacon you'd be interested in coming over and taking a class with me and Ming. We'll do it.
Yeah, for sure.
Mention my name, they'll charge you double.
Actually, mention our names and Scott will kick you out of his comic book store.
Right, but buy something first.
Yeah.
Definitely buy something first.
Buy something or get out. No. All right, guys. Well, thank y'all for coming out. Well, actually, we still got a few more minutes.
Time.
What the hell are you trying to kick us off for?
I looked at the thing wrong. Anybody else in the chat room? If y'all got any questions y'all want to ask, feel free.
We're here. We're definitely here.
But trying to think what else.
So Mike, you worked. This is your first foray in the merchandise booth today.
Into this particular merchandise booth. I was at the stash yesterday. We stayed open and we were slammed. The fact that we had to cap the line.
Oh, you capped it? You wouldn't, you wouldn't just keep it going? Not
capping. You know what I mean? Stopping people and making them wait to come in.
Oh, right. Oh, you you made a line then.
We had the line.
And then you just keep going until the last person. So what time did you get out of there yesterday?
I got out of there at 6, but Walt stayed open until 7:30.
That's an hour and a half later than he likes to stay open.
Exactly.
You know what? If you're making money, I'd say keep the doors open.
And
you did all right.
You have all that additional merchandise at the store?
We did. We not everything that you can get down at movies, but
so don't wait.
No.
If you see it at movies, get it.
But yeah, and oh my God, we ran out of a bunch of stuff at movies as well.
I saw that.
Face masks were gone.
I saw that face mask, like a multitude of shirts I've never seen before.
Yeah, there are many shirts that are no longer, some of the sizes are gone. Claude Parrish asks, how long can food lay on the floor till you can't eat it anymore?
That's all relative, right? If it's like a Twinkie,
did you vacuum?
But if it's like gumbo.
Yeah, seriously. If it's soup,
gumbo, seafood gumbo.
Yeah,
don't.
No, just ladle yourself up another batch.
few props for you,
so
Mike.
much, Stuart Greenberg.
I'll say,
Stu, you were the man.
Stu, you might want to check your credit card statement before you.
Yeah, Stu.
Before you
thanks for the steak
laud-
dinner tonight.
Yeah, you laud that kind of accolades on Mike because, as far as I know, all the receipts are electronic, right?
Yeah.
So
Yes.
you might want to check your balance after.
Just
Yeah,
check.
we weren't taking tips, but thanks for giving one anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, I paid double for this stuff. It was worth it. Mike was outstanding.
Yes.
Yeah, it was our friend Aryan Avatal. They have a company called What's Your Passion Jewelry. They're doing high-end sterling silver Buddy Christ and movies jewelry, and he's like, "How's it going? How he there's a display. He's like, are people buying the stuff?" And I was like, "Dude, I was there. There was a woman begging her boyfriend to buy her the earrings, and he's like, all right,
she did.
Card. She bought them, and they're not. What do they retail for? They're
the earrings were $65.
Yeah, they're not. It's not really like an impulse buy, but it's not. Yeah, but
No.
Earrings.
She was sterling silver. They're movie earrings, right? The movie logo, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, they're nice. They're real nice. They I don't know if you've seen like the Marvel rings. Those are all from What's Your Passion.
Yeah. Okay, I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah, so I'm
Hey,
just mentioning them so I can get more support.
Okay. And here's another thing, Claude. If the food is on the floor at 3 Alarm Comics, eat it right away, man.
Yeah, I mean, and unless you get to it before we do.
Yeah. Daryl Ratliff with the hard-hitting comic book questions.
Let's see. What do we think about all the variants? Asking because Dune House Atreides is coming out in October, and I want to get all the variants for it. It's a lot of time and money, and God only knows how many they're going to be. Honestly, that is a good question because
Publishing that.
shops are doing their own exclusives, and just even the places themselves, it's got to where it's next to impossible to buy everything anymore.
And Scott, you know better than I do. Who's putting that out? Is that IDW or is that?
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know off the top of my head.
Okay, we just did our order for it, and there were quite literally millions of variants on that one. I was like,
did I see there was a Mike Zapcic variant?
Yeah,
I
got in there. They're like, "Hey, Mike, you want to do a cover for us?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah, pardon me, screw yeah."
And that's the point. Variant ratios are what kill you.
Yes, of course.
I mean, let's be honest. I mean, I guarantee you there was probably 1 in 500 and 1 in 1,000 variant. How many places are going to order 500 or 1,000 copies of Dune?
1, 2, maybe 3 comic shops across.
Exactly.
So that variant is going to be going for about
$30.
Yeah. Oh, that would be fantastic. But Scott, if you had 1,000, you'd want to recoup some of your losses. So that's at least a $500 book.
Well, then that's the way I view it too. I have to look at it. So I look at where my orders are, and how many extras I have to order. My costs and or do it, and that's usually how I price something. So
right.
If it's a book that costs me, I had to spend an extra $200 to get this book in, I'm going to price it at $200.
Of course you are, but this is, 1 in 1,000.
Right.
You're going to have that's.
Yeah, you're looking at some serious money.
Yeah, you're looking at like $2,000-$3,000.
But the problem is they never will. That's the weirdest part is they never go for that. A lot of these 1 in 500s, there are exceptions, but for most of the time they only sell for like $100 to $200, and it doesn't make good math sense to order or any business sense whatsoever to order all these extras of stuff to make $100. So yeah, I'm going to spend an extra $2,000 to make $100.
No, and Claude says there were hundreds of variants of Walking Dead 100. I got one. Claude, which one was it? If it was the chromium one, then you did well. If it was, I don't know.
Well, there was also it was the chromium one, and also the one with Negan on the cover, wasn't it? Was it that one, or was that 108 or one of the other ones?
No, that wasn't. I don't think Negan was on the cover of any of them.
I thought they did one with him. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. It's been so.
Bye.
Yeah, Boom's putting out that Dune.
Boom. Okay.
Okay.
So.
Say goodbye to Samantha, Ming.
Goodbye, Samantha.
No, I will say this: we joined the Boom little club or whatever they've got for retailers, and so far they've been very, very good to us. They've done all the thank you issues, and I've got to give it to them. They've been a good distributor to kind of partner with on their stuff.
Okay, yeah, Boom is actually pretty cool. I like the fact that they're doing Buffy and the whole What If style. The Angel and what is it? The Angel and Spike book.
Angel and Faith.
Is it Angel and Faith? I thought that was from
Dark Horse had
Dark
Angel and
Horse.
Faith.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it's Angel and Spike.
Well, I kind of kept a lot of stuff. I'm still looking back. I'll tell you what. Speaking of whole Dark Horse stuff, have you been keeping an eye on some of the prices for some of the Dark Horse Star Wars stuff that was never supposed to be canon, but now all of a sudden is
Oh God.
part of their history and going for insane amounts of money?
A good idea is a good idea, Scott. You know that,
Dude,
and they will revisit it. I mean, didn't Neil Gaiman do? Was it Neil Gaiman who did the Jason Todd comes back, but it was the Mud Pack, and Jason Todd as he came back and like kind of haunted Batman. Early on. I think it was like one of the Gaiman issues.
Yeah, probably somebody like him.
Yeah. But it was it Gaiman? I forget. My mind is a Swiss cheese.
I remember the storyline. I just don't remember who the writer was at the time.
Alan Grant, maybe?
It could have been Alan Grant.
Okay, yeah, because he's a contemporary of Gaiman's. I mean, Gaiman by leaps and bounds went ahead of him. But Jeff Loeb took that and turned it into a storyline in Hush, and then in Hush, Judd Winnick was like, yeah, I took that and ran with it in Under the Red Hood.
I think that's one of the things I miss a lot is the storylines of having a writer on a series for a while where they can actually tell a whole story without, rather than doing like, here, we're gonna do this whole big storyline of 57 issues, but we're gonna have 82 people write the book.
Yes, of course. I'm with you. I think it's a failing of comics, across the board. Everyone should get a guy in and from what I understand, came out from DC where they, Bendis is leaving Superman, and they're terminating his contract, or his contract ran out, or whatever, and they're not going to be putting money behind writers anymore, or any like real talent. Anyone who's around who wants to do something, you can grab a paycheck.
I mean, everything. Well, not long ago, almost everything there was work for hire. A buddy of mine, John Dell, was actually one of the last inkers they had there as an exclusive for a long time, and then finally they let him go to where now he just does freelance stuff all the time.
Yeah, hopefully he's making more money.
Actually, I think he's working on Amazing Spider-Man right now.
Good deal.
Oh yeah. So if you want some good pages, let me know.
With Ryan, Ryan Otley, John Dell stuff. Great. I wish that they, I wish that they would get people into long-term contracts. Get somebody who's perfect for the book and have them stay on for a little while and tell their story. Tell 3 years worth of story. That would be great.
Well, I'll tell you. Oh, here we go. Daniel saying, have you listened to the Sandman from Audible? I have. It is insanely good. I've always loved the Sandman stuff. I'm really looking forward to the Sandman Lock and Key stuff that's supposed to be coming out.
Yes.
And I am, but the Audible, I haven't made it all the way through, but so far I have loved every minute of it.
Yes, I have gone through it twice.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yes.
I put it on when I drive to go to work in the morning and when I come back. So I listen to it for maybe 10 minutes at a time. And I don't want, honestly, it helps me pass the time. It seems like that 10-minute drive becomes like 30 seconds because I'm so caught up with what's going on. And it's interesting to hear the voices they've got, because some of them I actually pictured in my, when you're reading it, you're always reading it in the voice you think it's going to be.
Right. Of course. And then you hear it's like, oh.
Well, some of them actually were surprising. We're like, well, actually, no, this is even better. Some of them like, okay, I didn't see it this way, but I can understand.
Kat Dennings.
Yeah.
Kat Dennings was a little bit of an odd
choice.
I mean, I like Kat Dennings as an actress.
Right.
I loved her in Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist.
Mm-hmm.
That's my favorite movie she's ever done. Not a big fan of her as whatever her name is in Thor.
Yeah.
What is it? Chelsea or
whatever she calls it.
Whatever it is. Yeah.
And I hate Two Broke Girls because it's just like pandering. the worst kind of sitcom-y crap. But I mean, I loved Sandman. Still love it. I love it.
That's one of the few series. I'll be honest. I own the originals, but then I also have the hardcovers when they first came out, and I actually also own the trades because I will go through and reread those probably about once a year. And
you both, buddy.
It's one of those series that every time I go back and reread it, I find stuff that I didn't realize I missed each time.
Absolutely.
There's stuff that happens in issue 1 that doesn't even make sense. That it's just you think it's just a passing by panel or something like that. But when you get towards the end of the storyline, you're like, holy shit, this is, and you don't even realize it the first read through, or sometimes even the second read through. But
even the 14th.
Yeah. Oh yeah, here we go. I got to promote old Jeff here. Jeff,
Jeff.
He works with Mike Grell over at Master Stroke Studios, and he's got his Kickstarter going on. He's got a few hours left apparently. So,
how close are they? Do we know?
I can look up real quick. Hold on a second. Y'all can talk while I look.
All right, that's fantastic.
I'm checking.
Kat Dennings was almost believable as a teenager in The 40-Year-Old Virgin. Yes, she was. Yes, she was. Now, did you believe that Catherine Keener was her mother? That
really?
much? Yeah.
So they've surpassed their goal of $7,000. They have $9,112, but stretch goals, ladies and gentlemen.
Stretch goals, folks.
Goals. Help them get there.
You got it before I did. But yeah. Oh, wait. Which one are you looking at? Because he's got the one he's doing is the Robin Hood one. They actually met this
Sherwood.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's what I got here.
Okay, because I'm looking at it. It says 3160 is what they reached of their $3,000 goal.
Yeah, no, this one's a $7,000 goal. They've reached $9,112.
Good for you guys.
Oh, well,
Thank you to the 213 wonderful backers. There are 4 hours left, though.
But stretch goals, folks.
Stretch goals.
Make it better than you possibly
More
thought
money,
it could be.
better product.
Yep.
And actually, Jeff was nice enough to send me some pages. And I'm sorry, Jeff. I know I was supposed to write you a review on it, and I with everything going on, it just got to be too much. And I quite honestly, I just forgot. Next time, keep reminding me. But the artwork's really nice. He's working with an incredible artist, and the story's good. You know, like I said, there's some Mike Grell stuff in there. So, and our buddies from Kablam are going to be printing it. So
nice.
Are we enjoying the Thor run by Donnie Cates?
We love Donnie. Donnie originally, before he blew up, he was a guest on I Sell Comics.
Yeah, and then there's literally right after he blew up. Now, I don't want to take credit for
but we will. Absolutely.
The timing was impeccable, and I just gotta say that this is not the first time something like this has happened.
Yes,
so,
it's true.
Well, that's all we're saying. James
Tinney in the 4th.
Yes.
Well, what happened with me? I've been on here numerous times. I'm not getting crap.
Well,
I hear you're buying collections left and right, though. So
yeah, so you're doing all right.
So if you come on the show, then whatever your industry is, you blow up. So.
I know. Are your lights on? I think we're doing all right by you now, aren't you? We're flickering.
Oh man. No, I kind of lost my train of thought there.
We're good at that.
I am so good at that, Scott.
We're good at that. That's what we do, Scott.
Well, did y'all have your fun with y'all had this going on, the movie pop up and everything else, but Saturday was Batman Day.
Yeah, did you? I mean, I don't think
we had one person come in for Batman Day. Their daughter was dressed up as Batgirl.
Oh, really?
Batgirl from Burnside. So I was like, that's awesome.
And were they like, is this the right day?
Yeah.
No, but they're
what? Why is everybody dressed up like,
Well, we ended up giving these things away. The Batman mask that they sent out.
Oh, they didn't send us any of those.
Why? What?
There's this one. There is this one.
Oh, that's great.
You didn't get any of these?
I got nothing.
Lame, man.
That one.
That's there you go.
And then Frank Miller.
Oh, nice. That's the creepiest one.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, they
got 4 Jokers, not 3 Jokers.
And I mean, so we gave away some of those things and just had fun with it. But other than that, well, actually, the people here did. That's when me and Corin went out and I broke him. So
nice. Wrecked him.
What about Halloween? There's going to be no real Halloween comic fest coming up, but y'all planning on doing anything? We'll be heading to Pensacola for the Halloween fest, but
they're still doing it?
I don't know. I talked to Mike. You know how he is.
Oh right, okay, yeah. I think if it's Mike, if Mike's if Mike's behind it, they'll
He's
definitely.
one of those, for hell or high water, he's going to make it happen. It'll be done the best way possible, because that's the one thing I love about Mike is he's a fan as much as he is a promoter.
Yeah, that guy is Halloween, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So yeah, if you get a chance, watch his Nightmare Theater. Go to nightmaretheater.com. You can watch some of the stuff. Their YouTube pages. They've got. I think they take like all access old movies and things like that, and kind of do their own version of. I won't say in Mystery Science Theater, but they have their own skits in between everything else, and you get to see a bunch of old bad horror movies that you didn't realize you didn't want to watch.
That's awesome.
Well, guys, thank y'all for coming by. Everybody, thank you,
Ben.
Hope Corin will be back next time. He's going to be kind of our regular co-host along with everything. But
why don't you don't wreck him next time, Scott?
Well, it wasn't a planned thing. It just kind of happened. It's not my
It was
fault.
an organic wrecking.
Are you gonna cut Corin Nemec off? I don't think so.
It's not my fault. He's a wimp. I mean,
He's a big boy. He can do what he wants.
Parker Lewis did lose.
Oh, bummer. You think about that, Katso?
Thank y'all for tuning in, and we will see you next time.